Welcome back to my channel. We're still on synthetic division. So let us take a look at this one. So here it is that we have our polynomial here, and we're going to divide by x plus 2. One of the things that we always check for is the degree to make sure that we actually have descending power of the degree. So as you can see, this is x to the third, and then this is x to the first power, right? So you could see that x squared is missing. We're going to have to make sure that we compensate for that. What do I mean? So let us set up. We're actually using our coefficients, right? So the coefficients of the third power of x is 7, but the second power is missing, as you could see, which means that the coefficient of it is a 0. Then this is the first power of x, the coefficient is 4, and the constant here is 8. So this is the thing that we can't forget this part, all right? So this is actually uh, that power that's missing, which is x to the second power. That means there is a 0 for its coefficients. What are we going to divide by? X plus 2. But if we want to set it up, we have to equate x plus 2 to 0 and then find x. So x is going to equal to -2, which means we subtract 2 from both sides. So we are going to be dividing through by -2, right? And we're going to use -2. The first thing we do is to, our first, this leading coefficient here will actually come down. So we're going to start with a 7. And then all we're going to do from here is that we're going to multiply and then add. So -2 times 7 will give us -14. So this is -14 right here. And so what we're going to do is to add these two, right? So -14 and 0 will gives us -14. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply -14 times the -2. We're going to get positive 28 right here. And then we're going to add this 28 to the 4, and it's going to give us 32. So this is 32 right here. And then we're going to multiply -2 times 32. That's going to give us -64. And then we add -64 to the 8. And then we're going to actually get -56. What this really means is that, so these would be our coefficients coming, and this is our remainder, right? Remember though, we started with x to the third, so when we divide that by x, we're going to actually have 7, but this is now x squared. This is -14x plus 32. And then this is our remainder, so it's -56 over x plus 2. So right there, that would be our response for that. All right. The second problem we're looking at is 3x raised to the fourth minus 5x squared plus 6, and we're dividing this by x minus 2. Procedure remain the same. We're going to take the coefficients, and we're making sure that we have all the degrees. So if we have to put a 0 to represent a certain degree, that's okay. So this is x to the fourth, x to the third is missing. We have x squared, x is missing, then the constant. So the coefficient of x to the fourth is a 3. The coefficient of x to the third is not here, which means that it had to be a 0. Then we have a -5 for the square. And then for x to the first power, since it's not here, then it had to be a 0 as well. And our constant is 0 as a 6. We're going to divide through by x minus 2, which means that we're going to equate this to 0, add 2 to both sides, solve for x. We're going to get +2, which means we're going to be using 2 here. So what we want to do initially is that we want to bring down that first coefficient there, which is 3. And then all we're going to do is to multiply, then add. So we're going to multiply 2 times 3. That's going to give us 6. So 2 times 3 is 6. Then we're going to be adding 6 to 0, which is going to give us 6. So this is 6. Then we're going to multiply 2 times 6. And 2 times 6 will give us 12. And then we're going to be adding the 12 and the 5. And that's going to definitely gives us positive 7. And then it's going to be 2 times 7, which is going to give us 14. And then if we add 14 to 0, we're going to get 14. And lastly, 2 times 14, that's going to give us 28. And if we add 28 and 6, we're going to definitely get 34. So basically, remember though that in the beginning, we were dividing by, the fourth power, which means that no, we're at the third. So this is a coefficient for the third. So this is actually 3x to the third. This is the coefficient for the second plus 6x squared. This is the coefficient of x plus 7x. This is our constant plus 14. And this is the remainder. And it's positive. So it's going to be plus 34 over x minus 2. And this is our response. Thank you for watching and see you next time where we will be looking at more videos. Bye-bye.